Now let's look at how you can prevent someone from dying when sudden cardiac arrest strikes. You've all grown up hearing just say no, don't drink and drive, and stop, drop, and roll. These are quick reminders of how to avoid injury. In the same way, call, push, shock is a great way to remember what to do in a cardiac emergency. Call, push, shock are the 3 steps in the cardiac chain of survival. The simple fact is that most people don't survive a cardiac arrest, less than 10%, and it's been that way for over 30 years. That's because victims need emergency intervention within the first 3 to 5 minutes of collapse, and the average EMS arrival to the scene takes 6 to 13 minutes after 911 is called. That's important to understand because the chance of survival decreases by 10% every minute the victim does not receive at least hands-only CPR, and ultimately a shock to their heart with an automated external defibrillator, or AED. Let's break that down. Hands-only CPR is the recommended response to a sudden cardiac arrest victim. It's more effective in keeping the victim alive, with better brain function until a shock can be delivered from an AED. It does the job of keeping oxygen circulating to vital organs, which can't happen when the heart has stopped beating. Pushing hard and fast in the center of the chest simulates a beating heart. Here's what hands-only CPR looks like. Hand over hand, with straight arms, pushing hard and fast in the center of the chest. About 100 to 120 compressions each minute. Push down about 2 inches for most youth and adults. Allow the chest to recoil, which means come back up before you push down again, so the heart you're now manually pumping can circulate oxygen to vital organs like we just saw. The pace is important to correctly simulate a beating heart. A good way to keep track of how fast to push is to pick a song with the right beat, like Stayin' Alive, or one of these popular songs, and keep it in your head. If you ever have to give CPR, you can quickly set the pace, like this. Take the time to find your song that will help you keep the beat. The most important thing to remember about CPR is you don't have to be certified to give it. Studies show kids as young as 2nd grade can do CPR. While certification is required for various jobs, anyone can perform hands-only CPR on a sudden cardiac arrest victim. In fact, most 911 operators will talk the caller through how to do it. The bottom line is, when you see someone suddenly collapse, you must do more than call 911. After calling 911, you must start CPR yourself if we're ever going to increase the survival rate beyond 10%. While CPR alone can't restart a heart, it's a bridge to life until the victim can receive an electric shock from an AED. The shock from an AED is the only way to restart a heart. The reality is you can't hurt someone with an AED. The AED does most of the work. You just have to follow directions.
An AED is made for anyone to use. You don't have to be a medical professional. The AED will talk to you, so follow the step-by-step instructions.
Apply pads to patient's bare chest.
Put the pads on the victim like the diagram shows. The AED will analyze the heart rhythm and determine if it needs to shock their heart. The AED will never shock someone who doesn't need it. So don't be afraid to use it.
Analyzing heart rhythm. Do not touch the patient. Shock advised. Charging. Deliver shock now. Begin CPR.
Here's the biggest takeaway. Studies show bystanders who give CPR to an SCA victim can triple their chance of survival. And an AED used within the first minute increases survival up to 90%.